Welcome to Alyvix. This is an operations tutorial dealing specifically with rectangle components. In this tutorial, we'll see how the rectangle component options and raster logic determine which target will be chosen when multiple similar targets are available. The options are button for matching a small rectangle within a larger space where the position of that rectangle may float, box for matching a horizontal rectangle such as a text field where this area stretches from the left edge to the right edge, and window for matching a panel or window both horizontally and vertically where the region of interest and selection are the same. The screen is scanned line by line from top to bottom, left to right. The first target found that matches all the requirements is returned, regardless of whether other objects that match better are on screen. To see how this works, let's try an example in the Alyvix editor with an interface mockup that has 3 potential targets. First, we'll capture the screen. Then, select an anchor near the small rectangle at the bottom right. For the purposes of this example, let's expand the region of interest so it's as wide as the largest component. Let's change it to a rect component, which by default has the button option. For our first test case, let's keep it that way and just set the move action. Now let's set up the script so we can run our test. So which of these 3 rectangles do you think Alyvix will select when it runs? When we run it, it chooses the bottom right rectangle because it's the only one of the 3 rectangles whose size is within the selection restriction and it is found entirely within the region of interest offset from a possible anchor. Now change the component option to box. What will Alyvix choose now? When we run it, it chooses the middle rectangle instead, because even though the bottom rectangle is also a match, raster logic dictates that searching from top to bottom, the middle rectangle will be found first. Now change the component option to window, and let's run it again. Which will it choose? It selects the top rectangle. In fact, all 3 rectangles match the restrictions, but the large rectangle at the top again is higher up than the other 2 rectangles. We can see the differences between the 3 rectangle options better by inspecting the Monitor tab. At the bottom right of that panel, you can see the selection and region of interest. Here you can see a live preview of how the selection and region of interest change as you cycle through the rectangle options. In this tutorial, we looked at the 3 rectangle component options, button, box, and window, which determine whether a selection matches a rectangle on screen or not, and about the influence of raster logic, which leads to choosing the first object that matches, top down, then left to right. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch with us.